Hello friends, today's video is going to be very important and I request all of you to share it to the maximum people so that they can understand the seriousness of the video that is being made today. Dear friends, we have been now watching in the social media as well as electronic media, that is TV screen, as well as the print media, that the governments of all the states are slowly and gradually making our mindset to once again accept the lockdown like situation. In the last year, when the lockdown was imposed and notice of only 4 hours was given to us, and thereafter we have seen lakhs of our Indian brothers and sisters were walking to their homes, crossing thousands of kilometers. Unfortunately, some of them died during the journey to the home. Supreme Court took so much of cognizance, and it is then that the governments woke up and they started providing facilities, that is career facilities. In short, the ill effect of lockdown has been witnessed by all of us. So today, once again, we are almost likely to face the similar lockdown. Now the issue is whether governments are entitled or they are empowered to impose the lockdown. If so, what are the legal provisions and under what law the governments are empowered to impose the lockdown upon the citizens, which of course results into violation of right to move freely and to earn the livelihood, to enforce the fundamental right of right to life. I must tell you that right to life doesn't mean animal existence. It means right to living a dignified human life. And to live the dignified human life, not only roti kapra makan is required, but much more than that is also required. In fact, to quote Supreme Court, all that goes along with life is included in the right to life. Therefore, when lockdown has such a dangerous effect on infringing our right to life itself, what are the legal provisions in favor of the citizens like us? Now, first we will have a look at the provisions of Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897. Then we will also refer to some of the provisions of Disaster Management Act of 2005. And then I will come to provisions of Indian Constitution. The Epidemic Diseases Act under Section 2 empowers the governments, that is state governments, to take measures to contain the spread of epidemic. It provides further that if the measures taken by the government to contain the spread of epidemic or pandemic results into loss of any person, then the government is also required by that very section 2 to provide the compensation, that is to make good the losses that the person is suffering from. It is obvious that lockdown results into infringing our right to livelihood, and therefore we suffer the losses. Therefore, it doesn't require much legal acumen to understand that whenever the government is imposing lockdown and it is resulting into destruction or infringement of our right to livelihood, we are entitled to claim the compensation. To put it simply, Let us take an example of a person earning 1,000 rupees per day by doing his whatever work, and then lockdown is imposed. He is unable to earn that livelihood. That is, he is unable to do his work and to earn 1,000 rupees per day. So he is put to loss of rupees 1,000 per day. As long as lockdown continues, and as long as he is unable to do his work, and as long as he is suffering loss of rupees 1,000 per day, the government is duty bound under section 2 to pay the compensation to such a person. Therefore, if the lockdown is imposed for 1 month and the person is put to loss of 1,000 rupees per day, that is 30,000 per month, then he is entitled to claim 30,000 rupees from the government as a matter of right. This provision is made by the British government. It is not that this provision remained only on paper, because history shows that when plague epidemic spread in Pune city, that is in Maharashtra, the British officer, namely Officer Rand, himself used to carry the net cash with him, and whatever measures he used to take to contain the spread of plague epidemic, he used to pay the amount of compensation at the spot itself. In cases where it was not possible to pay the compensation at the spot itself, he used to prepare inventory and to make a record so that thereafter that amount of compensation can be paid. This example shows that British government was also much aware of the right of the people under this act, and they cared the people's welfare. Now let us come to Act of 2005, that is Disaster Management Act. This Disaster Management Act also makes a similar provision under section 12. Under this act, there is a national level body that is called National Disaster Management Committee. If the committee applies this law and declares that there is disaster, then the victims of such disasters are entitled to compensation. Since every notification issued by the government refers to either Epidemic Diseases Act or the Disasters Management Act, that means the government is exercising their power under these two acts to impose the lockdown, or sometimes closure down, or sometimes such other measures which also result into infringing the fundamental right, such as a right to move freely. For example, in a city like Bombay, the government of Maharashtra came with a notification, and thereby a measure was taken, of course, under this Epidemic Diseases Act, that only those who are vaccinated shall be allowed to travel by the local train. Now, subsequently, government came with another notification that all public transport facilities shall be allowed only if you are fully vaccinated. At the same time, it is to be borne in mind that the vaccination is compulsorily not made by the government of India. It is still optional at the option of individual. It is not mandatory. The government of India has filed an affidavit to that effect, that either to take vaccine or to refuse to take vaccine is individual decision of everybody. The Meghalaya High Court has also gave a decision that any kind of discrimination between vaccinated and non-vaccinated amounts to violation of Article 14, 19, and 21. Therefore, these kind of measures not only result into violation of right to move freely, but also fundamental right of earning livelihood. Therefore, they violate Article 21 also. It is well known that Indian citizens, or for that matter, any person to whom the fundamental rights are available, such as Article 14, 21, etc., are entitled to claim compensation in case of violation of the fundamental right. Hence, if the lockdown or any measure like lockdown, like closure down, results into taking away the right to livelihood, it is an example of violating Article 21, 19, and 14. However, if the lockdown is complied with or accompanied with the payment of compensation so that the losses to which we are put are made good, then it is another thing. But as a matter of fact, the government is imposing lockdown without making any provision for the compensation. It is forcing us to get vaccinated. At the same time, there is no provision of compensation in case of any side effect of the vaccine. In an answer to the question raised in the Lok Sabha, the government of India, the health minister, has categorically stated that since vaccination is not compulsory, it is optional, there is no provision for making compensation in case of any side effects. Keeping in view these facts, that vaccination is voluntary, the government cannot compel us to get vaccine, and government cannot come with the measures against the non-vaccinated people. And if they do so in exercise of the powers under Epidemic Diseases Act or the Disaster Management Act by issuing notifications or the orders under these acts, then in that case, they would be violative of fundamental rights, and therefore we are entitled to compensation. The Act of 1897 itself is clearly giving a right to be compensated. Similar right is also recognized under the Act of 2005. Therefore, we the citizen must demand that we should be compensated in case government is coming with another lockdown, which results into infringing or taking away our right to livelihood. These are the facts which I wanted to put to you through this video. Let this video be shared to the maximum people so that people will understand and know their rights. And in coming days, when the lockdown is imposed by the government, it is the people, that is we must come forward and claim our right by whatever manner that we can do, that is lawful manner, approaching courts or doing peaceful protest in accordance with the fundamental right to free speech and expression, that is right to peaceful protest. Now, dear friends, with this, I would like to stop here, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel in case you like this video, and thank you for the day.